So it's Bradley now in the 47 Orica, Ollie Turvey in the 38 car. And then if we look at the other battles, in a comfortable, there we are, I've said it, lead in GTE Pro, Ollie Gavin in the Corvette, and it's Shaitar now in the Ferrari with a two-lap lead. Yeah. With a two-lap lead in GTE AM over the 77 Porsche.
Ollie's just made his last pit stop, so he's got half an hour, just under half an hour to run, and he really is taking it easy. Bit of a traffic jam in front of us. Yeah, we're watching on board now with the 7 Audi. 4 prototypes all going into the corner together and almost tripping over each other, and they really don't want to be doing that at this stage of the race. 29 minutes to go. 27 car in P2, Manassian. Again, they've had a tough race, but they've climbed up a bit again. They were down the order. They're back up to 6th position in P2.
Ooh.
There we go. That's what I was talking about.
Yep.
That was the leader of P2 as well, 47. Getting caught up in that. He took a bit of a dive down the inside. Slightly risky. You never know, because that 35 car is not running that high in order, so you never know what they might have done. But anyway, he's got away with it. He's okay. He's through. Bradley at the wheel now.
And Felipe Albuquerque comes in the number 9 Audi, currently 7th. With an advantage of a lap or so over Sebastian Buemi in the second of the Toyotas. Drinks bottle in.
Tear off. Windscreen tear off.
Yeah.
So Buemi now chasing down the 7 car. I think Trelloy, he's done a 3:24 last time. Buemi 3:23. So Buemi's he's pushing harder. He's flashing his lights. Perhaps Trelloy's happy in his position. He knows he's not going to be able to win from there unless there's a big issue ahead. So I think he might well let this Toyota go. Rennie Rast saying thank you to his crew. Not quite over yet, mate. You never know. The leader, Hülkenberg. No, sorry, that was Hartley in the 17 car. It's been a long race for us as well, hasn't it? The mind's starting to slip.
I was surprised at how quickly the nighttime hours flew by.
Yeah, I did the same last year. I was here last year, did the 6-hour stint from 12 till 6 in the morning. And yeah, it does. It's nice to be up at night and have, you know, quiet, apart from a few racing cars buzzing around you. It's pretty quiet. Now we're looking across at the grandstand. It's completely rammed. It's completely full. And there's people all around the track. Everyone's back in position now. The Porsche Centre, Experience Centre Le Mans is over. A new building, which obviously will be taken down at the end of this weekend, is over there as well, with a lot of people standing up on the top of that, overlooking the Ford chicane. They'll be able to spot the cars coming through on the last couple of laps. Generally speaking, the race usually is decided by 1 or 2 laps from the end. So at that point, you get the front-running cars really backing off and driving around slowly. And then as the lap, especially the last lap, as that last lap continues, you get the marshals encroaching onto the track.
Yep.
And by the time you get to the Porsche curves, there's a single line of traffic going through, and the marshals are right by the side of the track. And it's a great feeling knowing that you're going to make it to the end of the Le Mans 24 hours. Done it 3 times, made it to the end 3 times now.
As we're well
Except
into...
we'll make it to the end ourselves. I'm sure we'll make it.
We will.
Sitting here in the safety of the box.
We're into the final 25 minutes of the race, and comments coming through on Twitter. And our audience in America has been with us. Drew Hotka has tweeted to say thanks very much. We really enjoyed the commentary. And from the National Corvette Museum, I guess, from NCM. So he's tweeted Corvette Racing and Corvette Museum. Drew, thank you very much for your company. Thanks for your comments. Are you as excited as we are for Corvette versus Ford GT next year? Woohoo.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course that's a great thing, but it's not going to be Ford versus Corvette. It's Ford versus Corvette versus Ferrari versus Porsche versus Aston Martin, of course. So, you know, we talked about it before. When any manufacturer comes back with a proper effort, it's great to see, because it makes the racing better. It opens up more seats for drivers, and the whole industry is buoyed by it. So yeah, fantastic to have Ford coming back. More questions from Jimmy B about the Nissan and their various failures. Yeah, we touched on it before, and you can't be too hard on them. They've tried. They've got here. They've spent a lot of money doing it. They've brought a lot of publicity to the event. It looks like they're going to get at least one of their cars to the end in a very public display of testing. And it's been tough work for them, and they've learned a lot, no doubt. Whether their concept of that car is correct or not, that's not really for us to comment. They'll decide on how they should run their car. In fact, it's on screen now. The 19's just going by the remaining 22 Nissan. So yeah, good luck to them. You know, Nissan's a fantastic motorsporting brand. A lot of motorsport in Europe and in Japan with the GTR. So I hope they can move that car on. Personally, I'm not sure it will ever be able to fight against these Porsches or the Audis. But and you see how hard it is for Toyota, and they've already been at it for a few years now, and champions of WEC last year. That's back in the Porsche garage there, fingers crossed. So it's going to be a tough 12 months for Nissan to try and get that car up the grid a bit, get the reliability and speed into it.
There's the weather radar.
Yep. So it's not looking like really any rain coming our way.
Well,
it's to the side
clouds,
of us,
but
it's to the other side of us. I wouldn't expect it to meet us in the next 21 minutes.
Question on Twitter, sorry, about the Wolfgang Ullrich equivalent at Porsche. Depending on who's here, there is another Wolfgang Hatz, who's the research and development boss at Porsche AG.
Well, Chris did manage to speak to Wolfgang yesterday, didn't he? So we have already talked to him, and yeah, I was wondering that myself. You know, up and down the pits, of all the team bosses, the most famous one is Dr. Ullrich. So yeah, it's interesting to know the other bosses and their perspective and how they control the team and how they work. Obviously, Porsche and Audi are kind of sister companies, aren't they? So they must have some kind of connection there.
The other man we're likely to see at the finish is Andreas Seidel, who's the team principal, but I suspect it'll be the board member, the big boss, who will be front and centre. But I hope that answered your question. Let's just pop down to the pits for a second just to get some colour with 20 minutes, just a fraction over. Louise, whereabouts are you?
Yeah, I'm just at the end of the pit lane, or the beginning of the pit lane, I should say, passing the Toyota garage. And unfortunately and sadly, there's some very glum-looking faces in there, understandably.
You can imagine. And are you anywhere near Nissan at the moment, Louise?
No, they're the other end.
I was going to say glum faces, I suspect, at Nissan as well, but thank you for that.
Not necessarily, not necessarily. I think, you know, they've still got a car running, and their main hope now is to get that car to the checkered flag. Whether it's classified or not, they're gonna claim it as a finish if it gets to that checkered flag.
I think a huge amount of excitement. This is the roof of the Porsche Experience Centre, as I'm sure you'll have spotted from the flags. That's the building that Peter was talking about on the other side of the Ford chicane from where we are. And the whole heritage, the whole history of Porsche at Le Mans, a new chapter will be written today if things stay as they are for 19 minutes and about 15 seconds or thereabouts. Porsche first and second. Hi folks, you're on the TV. Nico Hülkenberg leads the Le Mans 24-hour race in the 19 Porsche. There he is, from the sister car of the number 17 Porsche.
And fans of Patrick Dempsey, his Porsche is running second in GTM behind Victor Scheiter in Ferrari.
So lots for our American audience to cheer. Brendan Hartley will give the New Zealanders plenty to cheer if he stays as he is. And you also have to say that there'll be celebrations in Hong Kong tonight if things stay as they are in LMP2, the 47 car.
Zones 12 and 13, raining at zones 12 and 13. Do not forget, the race has been declared wet. It's raining at zones 12 and 13.
And 12 and 13 is about halfway down the Mulsanne Straight.
Just after this, the first chicane, and when he says it's raining, it's not. He doesn't say spots of rain, so, and it's been declared wet. So it could be that I'm wrong and there is some rain coming. What a time to come with 17 minutes to go as well. You couldn't make it up. Are we able to see any on screen? He's just coming down to the second chicane now, so he's in that zone.
But
doesn't look too bad.
No wipers.
Bit of a, yeah, no wiper. Exactly. Oh, there you go. There's a wiper.
There you go.
So it maybe it's just spitting rather than full rain. Yeah, we've got
slippery surface at Tête
zone
Rouge.
6. Yeah, Tête Rouge. So that big band of rain that we did see from the radar is on its way in. It just depends when it arrives.
So coming in from the east, from that weather radar picture you saw a few minutes ago. So team radios will be buzzing with news to the teams. There is the number 7 Audi. We've looked at the Porsches. This is the car currently in third place. Ben Treluet in the number 7 Audi. And Audi having tasted victory in both of the rounds of the FIA World Endurance Championship so far this year. Le Mans, of course, counting for double points. So Porsche on course to fight back with a massive haul of points from Le Mans. First and second currently, with around 16.5 minutes of this 24-hour race remaining. Now, tyres being prepped at Porsche. And our race leader coming in for fuel this lap. Car 19, Nico Hülkenberg, instructed to box this lap.
So, yeah, splash and dash for him. A decent one-lap advantage over his teammate. Of course, he still has to keep it on the track during this wet patch. Okay, there's from the horse's mouth. There you go. So it's reporting rain, but actually the leading driver himself says it's dry. There's no issues.
Surprise in his voice, wasn't there? Why are you even asking? So the 72 Ferrari. That's Victor Scheitar, who's currently in the lead of GTE AM.
Yeah, we heard from his teammate, Andrea Bertolini. Still sounded a little bit nervous, a bit, oh, I just want to get to the end. The guy's got a lot of experience, so he's pretty relaxed. And the other thing is he's got good, he really respects his fellow competitors. He always mentions them by name and the hard fight, and he knows what's going on. So every victory for him really means a lot.
You also saw there the 77 Dempsey Porsche. Currently in second in GTM, but 2 laps down almost exactly. But Patrick Dempsey and the team will be absolutely delighted if they can hang on to that second place in GTE AM. They've got a cushion of around 2 minutes and 20, 2 minutes 18 to be exact, over the Ferrari, the 62 car in third place. Just looking out of our window, and we can see that there's a fine rain. Louise just saying that it is raining in pit lane, but nothing major. Into the final quarter of an hour of the race then.
As I said before, the track condition won't really change until it gets heavier. If it's light rain, it dries very quickly. You don't even really feel it on your tires because they're hot. Got Ollie Gavin being very careful.
Yes.
He's not making any rash moves to get by that Porsche. Taking it easy. No need for him to rush. He's got a massive lead.
Yeah, 4-lap lead, Ollie Gavin in the GTE Pro class.
Ollie Turvey, 38 car.
Second at the moment in LMP2.
So winners last year, looking like they could be taking a podium this year, but not the top step. If
Zone 14 raining, slippery track, flag presented as zone 14 and now zone 15 also.
Okay, that's between the two sections, the two chicanes on the Mulsanne Straight. 47 car leader in P2 class, Richard Bradley. Down, it looks like Mulsanne corner.
And the Ferrari with its wiper on,
Yeah.
neither of the other two cars using theirs, as the 47 car just pops out. Slippery track then.
Yeah, no one will be wanting to take any big risks now. I think that all the positions are fairly set. There's no cars that are running within a few seconds of each other that the position could change. So I don't expect anyone's going to take any massive risks in this last 11 minutes. And as I said, for the last 2 laps, everyone starts to slow it down, and especially that last lap, it's almost walking speed at places.
We'll see it in around 10 minutes' time, but how difficult is that choreography to work out, where the teams try and place their cars together?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they will be wanting to get the 19 and the 17 together. But I don't know where they are on track. And if they were to let this, well, they're not going to let the 17 catch up and potentially take the win.
It is raining on the back straight. Post zone 12 is also under slippery track. 12 and 13 also under slippery track flag. I have reports of rain also in Mulsanne, zone 20 also under slippery track flag.
We're looking at Andre Lotterer there and his civvies. So if this continues as it is, his teammate Trellaway will finish third, and Andre going to put his race suit back on and take the podium. 17 car now. Yeah, he looks to be nipping through there fairly quickly. So the rain, and we can see it out the window. It's not really affecting the track. It's not hard enough to affect the track yet.
You can also see it on the helicopter camera lens.
It looks like he's got a Toyota who's he's thinking about letting by the 17 car Hartley. And the number 2
Toyota
Vert's car.
Yep.
Dodging around behind him.
Exactly 10 minutes of the race remaining. Porsche 1-2, Audi 3-4, Porsche 5, Toyota 6, Audi 7, Toyota 8, and then 9 and 10, the first two cars in LMP2, and the two separated by 52 seconds. And that now is our closest battle anywhere within the four classes. One lap between the 19 Porsche and the 17 sister car. In GTE Pro, it's something like 4 laps between the 64 Corvette and the 71 Ferrari. And it's not quite as much of a gap, 2 laps in GTE AM between the 72 Ferrari and the 77 Dempsey Porsche.
So we saw Brendan Hartley there. He just let that Alex Wirtz Toyota go by. He's got another Audi coming from behind as well, cruising around. He's got nothing to prove now. He's not at risk.
The congratulations have started. An extremely sporting gesture. The Audi bigwigs, the Audi senior management, having gone over to Porsche and said congratulations.
Conceding the victory to the Porsche team now, yeah. With 8 minutes to go, it would take a minor miracle to for the Audi now 7 car of Benoit Trulli to take the win. Great fight though, but in the end, the Porsche seemed to have it. Their pace was good. They weren't as bad on tyres as I thought they might be, and as they thought they might be. You know, it seemed that as the stints went on, that perhaps they wouldn't be so good on the tyre as the Audi, but no, that's not correct. The car was very good. It was consistent. It did exactly the same amount of laps as the Audi did. It seemed a little bit quicker in the pit stops, and each pit stop, it seemed to eke out that gap a little bit more. The lead car of Hülkenberg and Bamber and Tandy, 2 rookies, of course, have done a stunning job, you know, to have brought that car out there, and consistent, fast pace. And at the moment, with 7 minutes to go, they're looking very strong for their first time here and their first victory here at Le Mans 24 hours.
The Porsche flags are out. Some very happy faces around the track. And judging by some of the comments we're getting on Twitter, some very happy Porsche fans around the world, poised to watch a piece of history being made.
Yep. So we're looking at 2 more laps. Finish this one more, and then that will be the end. Unless he has a major back off now. 6 minutes to remaining, so I think he'll make it past the start line one more time, start-finish line, and probably take the last lap. No major changes down in P2. Bradley still leading. Turvey from Sandberg 3rd. Ollie Gavin, healthy cushion of 5 laps to David Rigon in the Ferrari, and Jimmy Bruni in the 2nd Ferrari in GT Pro.
Porsche allowing themselves to smile. They can feel the tension starting to lift. A fraction over 5 minutes of the Le Mans 24-hour race remaining. And with Porsche's first and second victory, first victory for the 919 hybrid, now a matter of minutes away. Ha 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 ha. The number 17 significance, because it will be 17th victory for Porsche at Le Mans. They will extend their record of wins. No other manufacturer has anything like that number of victories. 13, of course, from Audi. They were looking for win number 14 this year. But the challenge has been accepted, say Porsche.
Yeah, I mean, they, you know, coming back last year, they had a fantastic attempt at, oh, got 19 race radio again.
Nico, we can back off a bit, mate, back off a bit. Copy. How many laps? Probably 2, depending how quickly we get around. So we can take it a lot more easy.
Yeah, he's still pushing on. Yeah, this rate he's going to have to do another one, another 2. So, yeah, they've come back. They were very successful last year, didn't quite have it in the end. Audi snatched the victory back from the Toyota as well. Sad to say that the Toyota wasn't really in the reckoning this year, so it was a straight 2-manufacturer fight. So there we go, 19, he's just crossing the line, 3:45, 3:40 to go.
Lap time of 3:30, so
that must feel pretty cool from Hülkenberg's point of view. You know, his F1 career seems to be over. He transfers over to LMP1 and straight away wins the Le Mans 24-hour. That's quite a nice thing to happen, isn't it?
something to tell the grandchildren.
Mark Glebe standing there, watching on.
Hülkenberg is slowing down. We'd like you behind him. He's slowing down for you.
We talked about the choreography. A question or two came in on Twitter, but the point you made, Peter, a very valid one, is that Hülkenberg is leading the race, Hartley in second place. We don't want to get this wrong, do we? 2.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as Porsche are decided, they've decided the result. That is what it is.
Yeah.
So they'll be finishing together with the 19 in front. And you know what? I'll win my bet as well.
You do.
I did place a bet on this car
We
to
talked
win
about
the race.
We talked about this in the
That's
early
2 years
hours.
in a row I've done that. I won from the number 7 Audi last year as well.
You have a career as a pundit in front of you, and just going past our window to start his final lap with about 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining. The number 22 Nissan, the sole remaining Nissan GTR LM Nismo. The 22 car will be able to reward the Nissan team with a finish at their first Le Mans with that car. But there is Brendan Hartley.
Interesting question come in from Chris Collins. With Ford returning to Le Mans in 2016, any chance we'll see Peugeot or Mercedes in the future? Peugeot, you know, they had a very good program going on. The company got into a bit of financial issues here in France, and they were spending a lot of money on the racing program. They had a fantastic P1 car. Of course, they won Le Mans with David Brabham in 09. And they binned the program very early in 2012, I believe, at a massive loss of money. So I can't really see them coming back. And then the other question is, will Mercedes come back? And no, I don't imagine Mercedes will ever come back.
Here we go. Here's the choreography. It's happening.
Yep, final lap.
The 17 car closes up on the 19 sister Porsche.
As expected, they backed off enough that they don't need to do another lap now.
And the official Rolex countdown, seconds remaining
into the Porsche curves with the Porsche 1-2. Cars getting all lined up behind. You know what? They've stopped the marshals coming onto the track.
Will that happen on the slowing down lap?
No, they go straight into the pits. They've stopped it happening. Last time I finished the race,
Here we go.
I was the finishing driver.
1-2 for Porsche in the 2015 24 Hours of Le Mans. Car number 19, driven by Nico Hülkenberg, will take the win from Brendan Hartley in the sister number 17 car. And look at the Porsche flags.
What an achievement. Fantastic.
The emotions overflow at Porsche.
I don't, you know, again, someone can look on their and Google it, but the last time that two rookies won overall in Le Mans, that must be, that's quite a thing to have done. They've brought this car, the improvements over the last year, the speed improvements, reliability. Patrick Dempsey, quite emotional.
Yes.
He's made the podium, second in class, GT Pat Long there as well, interviews taking place, but the big win is there, number 19.
Now, we said beforehand that the team clearly had the speed, a string of pole positions in the WEC, but it was converting those pole positions into race wins. Not only have they done that, but they've finished first and second with the 919 hybrid at its first attempt. GT Am goes to the 72 car. Yeah. Victor Scheitar in the Ferrari. Ollie Gavin, one for our American audience in the 64 Corvette, takes the GTE Pro class by something like 5 laps in the end after those thrilling battles. And in LMP2, congratulations to KCMG, the 47 car. Went from pole in LMP2 to taking the victory in the end by something like 48 seconds from Oliver Turvey in the 38 car.
So the slowdown lap, they are doing another lap. So it used to be that you crossed the line and went straight into the pits. So now you cross the line, you do a lap, and then you come into the pits.
Yeah, you see there was a message on the screen which said something about an honour lap.
Right,
and
so
that's,
things have changed.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it now, where the marshals get to...
Nicolas Lapierre there, winner. Went through a lot of grief with Toyota, came so close many times, and changed teams now and has won in his first year with a P2 car. Yeah, back to Ollie Gavin. Great to see the Corvette back in the winning ways. It's been a while. Very disappointed for Aston, both in Pro and in GT Am. You know, they led both classes, and to come away with a best result of 4th is really sad for them. I hope they keep their head up. Marcel Fassler there, 3rd place car, winner last year, so he's saying well done to the Porsche boys.
Well done to the 64 Corvette.
There we go. He's coming up to the line now. Of course, yeah, not all the cars are finished. That's the point. He's still got to make it across the line. So he's coming now up in front of us. Well done, Ollie. I think it'd be a big cheer in America.
Yep, here he comes, just passing our commentary position. And there he is, taking the checkered flag.
He'll pull over, give his team a bit of a wave.
There he is.
Nice one, well done, Pratt and Miller. Great race, good strategy, pulled off the win.
And this is what you were saying, there is the Stars and Stripes. The marshals lining the track to congratulate the drivers in return acknowledging the help, the support of the marshals without whom this race would not be able to run.
Ollie looks pretty relaxed, doesn't he? He looks like he's been here before and done that many times. There you go.
Do you know, I think there may be a party at the Porsche garage later on.
Not for us, mate. We're
No, I know.
jumping on a train and getting out of here. We're off home tonight.
I think with probably around 250,000 other people. It's always an incredible experience at Le Mans. If you've never been, it's one of those things, as a motorsport fan, you absolutely have to come. Around Arnage for the final time. And those Porsche guests will be more than happy to welcome their heroes home. The 19 car leading home the 17 sister car of Brendan Hartley. And that's the reception committee waiting in the pit lane.
As John points out, John S., a Kiwi 1-2 at Le Mans. When's that ever happened? When was the last time that happened?
Wow, bloody dumb. The words first attempt. What a crazy story, man. Thank you so much, everybody. Great effort over the last few months and this week in particular as well.
Yeah, great to see. Just rewarding the team with congratulations. I mean, after all, they put in a lot of work in the last few months, and they drill everything so perfectly. They get everything just right. They practice everything, and it's all come together for them. They've had a reliable car this year, no issues at all. You got to feel a little bit sorry for the Hartley Weber car, because they did have that 1 minute stop-and-go penalty earlier in the race when Weber was judged to have passed under a yellow flag, which I'm not sure so much about it. It looked like it could have been a 50-50, but anyway, the result is Hülkenberg and his car of Bamber and Tandy. Again, a British driver, another British driver winning Le Mans. There we see them.
But you also have to say that Le Mans could be very cruel, and so it's proved this year in the closing stages of the race. The 98 Aston Martin that had been powered to a commanding lead in GTE Am by Pedro Lamy.
With
cruelly,
20 minutes to go.
Yeah, cruelly denied
In
that
fact,
victory.
You say that, there's Paul Dall'Anna walking across in front of us with his helmet off, walking back to the pits. Head down.
Yep,
not so happy.
Body language says it all, doesn't it?
I mean, he's an experienced guy. He's very feet on the ground. He'll get over it. He'll come back next year. He knows he can do it. He knows it was possible this year, and I think he'll be back next year to do it.
The marshals, the rescue crews, the intervention crews, all coming out to the side of the track to congratulate Nico Hülkenberg and the Porsche team on an historic victory in the 919 hybrid. And so the winning car will park in its traditional spot underneath the podium. The others will make their way to Parc Fermé via the pit exit as Hülkenberg acknowledges the fans